Hello, everyone. Cindy here with Yoga Body Elements Frequency Wellness Center here in Chicago. And today we have a guest speaker, Lori Balue. And Lori Balue and myself are going to be collaborating on an online virtual event on Monday, April 27th, 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Zoom. Please pre-register and we'll make sure to get you the link. Lori is the founder of Aging Adventurously and focuses on metabolic restoration, and she specializes on working with women over 50, however, works with people of all walks of life. And so, Lori, thank you again for saying yes to collaborating and doing this online experience together with metabolic restoration, with you teaching about metabolics, and I'll be leading some restorative yoga. And for people that don't know who you are, Lori, who are you?
Yeah, I am actually a woman who lost 100 pounds. I'm an obesity survivor. I have had pre-diabetes, asthma, depression, sore degenerating knees. And so I'm a person who has repaired her body and started aging adventurously. So I named my business Aging Adventurously because that's what I've been doing. And I love that I can now at 63 be able to guide other women into restoring their body so that they have better energy, they can regain strength, they can rebuild their body. But what it comes down to, because this is what women really want to feel calm and relaxed, is find that weight loss that finally works. When we restore metabolism, and get that functioning again, then we just feel good. So that's been what I've been doing and who I've become is just a practitioner who specializes in metabolic restoration as a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner as well.
Thank you for sharing a little bit of how you found this work and your inspiration. And we met online through a networking event and just had a great conversation and decided to do this collaboration. And and I can definitely relate to the story of someone who's worked through a 14-year eating disorder, fluctuating weight, and so and also growing through the journey and how to get to the other side so that you've learned that you can, and now you can help others with this work. And um, so the day of the workshop online on April 27th at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, um, what can people expect for your share about the metabolic restoration? What can people expect to hear about in your talk that day?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about how it isn't necessarily age. As we get to be 50, a lot of people think that it is inevitable for the body to break down, but really it isn't about age, it's about the metabolism. And so, what can we do over 50 to actually correct the body's health so that we can start to heal? And there's a lot of things that are in the way. There's hidden healing opportunities, there's weight loss blocks. And when the metabolism isn't functioning, it can feel really hard to lose the weight, to get back on track, to restore our energy. Because if we have energy issues and there's a lot of fatigue, what's going on inside the body that's blocking all of this? And so one of the things that I have that I like to focus on is that it isn't age, it isn't inevitable, it is the metabolism. And why over 50 is it so hard to lose the weight, and what is going on and what can we do? I also have an e-guide that I want to give out to people who come that has my 5 steps that help. It's a metabolic recovery guide with my 5 foundational steps on what we can do. And this is about how we can be empowered to use nutrition, use low insulin nutrition, but also find out what's going on in the body with diagnostic labs so that we could put the body back together again. Because we do have choices. If I wish I had known back in my mid 30s what I know now, because at 63, I'm healthier now than I was in my 40s. And I have become an endurance athlete, which I had no clue that that would ever happen. And so this is something that I find so exciting that I just want to be able to let everybody else know that we can do this. We can do all of this.
Absolutely. And I love how you said that. I think of that myself. I think of who I am now and who I was in my 20s. And,
Hmm.
you know, 20 some years later, I feel healthier, more vibrant. And it's just finding about this app information and choosing. And you said choice, you have a choice. And it's so true, choosing to take action with this way that maybe you weren't raised with or wasn't in the community that you were growing up with or surrounded with. And it found you at the right time. And you now you say you're doing, is it you said triathlons? You're doing
No, I'm
triathlon?
not that. I'm not. I haven't got to that stage yet, but I do
Not yet.
have marathons.
Marathons.
I'm more of an endurance athlete. I love hiking, walking, moving, and when my part of my journey actually started at the Grand Canyon. So I'm so excited to be able to share the fact that if we create a vision and create a dream, we can lead towards it. All we got to do is focus on what it is that we want and then create the steps to get there. And metabolic restoration will put us in that area. But I started at the Grand Canyon before I changed my diet and nutrition, and I had excruciating knee pain. So when I walked down that canyon, I hobbled all the way to the river, and it was so painful. But I would go back every year, every other year, and I would watch my body change and get stronger. And by the time that was back when I was about 53. So now I'm 63, but 3 years ago, I decided to celebrate my 60th birthday hiking across the Grand Canyon, rim to rim, and I did it. And I went back again last year and did another south rim to the river and back. It was 20 miles, and it was actually so exciting. Everybody kept asking me, "How old are you?" I was hiking that solo, and I had an amazing time. And my body didn't hurt, and I got up to the top, and I was still pain free. I was good. And that 10 years ago, I was not, I had pain. And so we can reconstruct the body by giving it the proper information by nutrients that give us the health that we want. So we can rebuild our body, restore our energy, regain our strength if we know what to do. And then that is when the body becomes comfortable with what's happening. We actually find the weight loss that finally works because I've lost 100 pounds total. Most of that was in my 50s, and I am keeping it off. It's been 3 years. The weight does not come back on. It's easy. I might gain 3 pounds of inflammatory water weight if I eat the wrong thing, but then it just drops back down. So it's pretty cool,
Absolutely. And what a great way to celebrate,
right?
it's full circle. And if that hasn't inspired people to join us on the call on Monday, November 20th, or not November, April 27th, I'm not sure what will. For those who will be there joining us, and this will be recorded. So if you want to get the recorded version, you can also reach out. But for those who are joining us live that day on Monday, April 27th at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, what should they bring? Is there anything they should bring? How should they prepare for the share that day about your talk?
Yeah, bring a notebook because you want to build a vision. You need to have a dream. If you're not thinking beyond the day of that call, and internalizing what it is that you really want, you have to want a dream. You have to want to get out of who you are and what you're doing at that moment. Because if you're stuck in a situation where you feel that you have to be the way you are and that you can't make changes, you won't. You have to pull yourself up and out and become a new person. So where are you going to go? What are you going to do? What is your dream? And how can you get there, even if it feels hard? So this is why when you work with somebody who isn't a survivor, I can give you that lived experience, my inspiration, and my drive, my certainty and conviction that if you want this, you can have it. So you bring that notebook, write it all down. You could even, as soon as you're listening to this, start dreaming. You can dream. I'm giving you permission to dream and make it big. If I can go from 225 pounds, depressed, asthmatic, stuck and pre-diabetic, then you can build your body back up again and get out and have that amazing vacation. It doesn't have to be the Grand Canyon like it is for me. That's what makes me feel amazing. You can go to on a vacation of your dreams and have the best body that you want because you feel good. It's not about being skinny. It's about having energy and feeling good in your body and being in control and having the strength. So you want to bring yourself, your notebook, your pen, and you want to write it down and bring your dream.
Excellent. So bring your journal, bring a pen, and I'll also share that day that to start us off, I'll be sharing some restorative yoga practices. So you don't have to have any experience with restorative yoga. If you do have restorative yoga props, bolster blocks, blanket strap, great. If you don't, pillow, scarf, belt, books. And you don't even need any props or yoga mat at all, maybe just some space to move, or if you want to just sit and witness the experience and try it later, you're more than welcome to. Um, thank you, Lori, for saying yes to this collaboration. Thank you for saying yes to doing this interview today to let people know a little bit more about you and your work. And then people that are curious to learn more, work with you, learn about your projects that you're creating, how can people find you?
Yeah, I am at loribalue.com. That's my website. And I'm also on Instagram, Lori Balue Weight Loss, where I put all my posts start there. That's where you're gonna find my stories. Yeah, that's where you're gonna find me walking around and hiking. I don't look glamorous when I'm doing this. I'm just out there supporting people, showing up, showing you my energy, and letting you know that this is something we can all do because it's building your body. And that's, I'm on Facebook as well. I do have a private group if you're interested in joining my private group to stay in more and to give you, you could ask questions. You're all welcome to join me. This is part of how we build up each other and get stronger. And it's about community. And so, yeah, don't let yourself be alone when you're trying to make the changes, because if you struggle, you're going to feel it's too hard. But when we do this together, that's when you win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So follow Lori's social media pages, check out her website. Look for the links below and pre-register for our event, our virtual event happening on April 27th, 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Zoom. Anything else you want to share, Lori?
No, that I think that was really good. I just want people to understand that at 63, I'm on not on any medications. I have no disease and I can stand on my feet all day. So it isn't about age, ladies. It is our metabolism and we just have to rebuild it. So there is always hope. You could do it.
Absolutely. We'll see you all on Monday.
See you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.